What is up, 1320 fans? We're here at SEMA 2021. We're at the Vibrant Performance booth. There's a Tesla here. It's a little bit different from ones that we've seen before, and I think some of you are really gonna like it. Check this out. What's up, man? Rich. Yes. From RichRebuilds.
That is me.
Okay, so I've seen this posted on social media a little bit.
Yep.
Tell me what's going on and tell me what you did here, because I really like what you did.
Thank you very much, man. So this was a 2015 Tesla Model S. That was in a Texas flood in Houston.
Okay.
And the car was completely dead, didn't work. It had water in the battery, water in both motors. And I stripped the battery and motors out and thought to myself, you know what? I rebuilt flooded Teslas before. What's going to make this one different from all the other flooded Teslas? Sure. Any of the Teslas you see. And I was like, we got to do something different here. We're going to make it crazy, make it extreme. I was like, what if we just throw like a V8 engine in it? and you know, it was an idea, just a thought process. And I was just like, we got to be able to do this. I linked up with my our lead fabricator here, Joshua. I got the shell. We started cutting away at the car. He pretty much cut the car in half, formed the transmission tunnel because, you know, the Tesla has a flat floor.
Okay.
You can't put anything in there. We cut a giant hole in the firewall to accommodate everything, and we shoehorned an LS3 out of a Camaro SS into the Tesla. And you know what? It actually fits surprisingly well.
Impressively well.
There's actually so much room here. Like, I was surprised myself. It's almost like the Tesla engineers were like, someone's going to put a V8 in this thing, so let's make it a little bit easier for them. But there's so much room in this. A lot of the cool stuff we did was in the front here. You probably can't see it that well. I wasn't sure about cooling, so I added some additional air ducts here.
Okay.
So there's ducting that goes from here that cools the radiator. Another one goes to the headers. And on this side, there's actually ram air. So the air filter is right here along with the hole to introduce more fresh air into the engine bay. So for cooling, we're all set. There's a decent size opening up front to let more cool air in. And I actually went out and purchased a Camaro SS front bumper to compare the two. There's actually more airflow on this sealed front bumper than there is on the Camaro.
Tesla was thinking about that too.
They must have been thinking about that too, right?
Yeah.
So this, you know, we have a 4-inch air intake. The engine's completely stock. It's a stock Camaro LS3.
So it's a 420-ish horsepower?
Something like that,
okay.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, right now it's just stock for now. We wanted to make sure we could get it running first before you start adding like power to it. You know how that goes.
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, you throw a blower on it and it's like, I can't get it to work properly.
Yeah.
We put it as is stock. We're running a Haltech standalone system. And that's it. Everything you see here is pretty much custom. The car, like what you see right here, there was a giant crossbar going across. We have to cut that, make our own. They already had the additional support on the Tesla, and we shoehorned it in there, and she's crazy, man.
Okay,
crazy
so
car.
Engine,
Yep.
LS3. What are we working with trans? What's trans?
The TR6060.
It's a stick.
It's a stick. It's a stick, but
Tesla.
There's another funny part to it. That's the sequential. So the sequential shifter on top of the TR6060.
So sequentially shifted T56.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then what do you got for rear end? What are we working back?
We're working with a stock Camaro SS rear end.
Okay. Okay.
So again, it's all stock power level stuff. Once we get a little bit bigger, the plan is to add a built motor and a supercharger, and the rear end we'll probably have to swap that out to like a 9-inch, something like that. You go right to the side. I wasn't sure on these welds, but you know, it gives it like an old school Camaro look. Like everything we do with the car is like a homage to muscle cars.
Gotcha.
These are muscle car wheels. We wanted to get the bead locks in the rear too, like, you know, those big Camaros that go to the track and
conversion
stuff.
Or something?
That's what we wanted to do. We didn't have enough time for that. Currently it's on air right now.
I like that.
You push a button and the car goes up side to side, left and right. And on the interior, one of the main goals was we want to make sure that the car looked as stock as possible. Gotcha. So if you look on the inside right now, there's no way of you telling pretty much anything's been done to the car minus the shifter.
Other than the shifter.
On the inside. So on the screen right here, we have the Haltech standalone, the big screen, and then right behind it is the sequential shifter right there.
Gotcha.
And you could barely tell, but we actually formed our own transmission tunnel in there.
I looked in there, and after you said that, I looked over and I was like, that's not stock. I didn't even realize it. It looks really good.
To tell. So the inside's cool. On the outside for other things, again, stealth as possible. That's the exhaust.
I love, is it flat all the way?
It's flat all the way. It's 4-inch oval tubing. And the reason why we use oval tubing, number one, our lead fabricator, Joshua, he actually builds NASCARs. So he's used to the oval tubing. And the other reason for the oval tubing is for clearance purposes. So because this floor is so shallow, the oval tubing gives us another inch of clearance, as opposed to using like a 4-inch actual circular tubing.
Very nice.
So it allows it to actually fit underneath the car. So when you look at the side, you really can't see any exhaust pipes hanging down. So
and
that
it
was
gets
part
as
of the
low as possible when you air it out.
And then when I air it out, it's as low as possible.
There you go.
So that's the exhaust tip. So back here, look at this.
Yeah, what's going on there? Oh!
That's the filler cap.
Oh!
So before,
Sneaky!
This used to be the charge port for it. Now we have a filler cap in there.
Okay.
And it goes right here in the back. It goes to the fuel cell. We have our battery in the back along with our fuse blocks. And on this side, the master cutoff switch for the car. That's the master cutoff. You just flip it like this, and then it kills all the power to the car.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, this is something like, it's not like you swapped a gas engine into a car that had a gas engine.
Right.
So this, I gotta ask the question, how much of the stuff inside of the car works still?
Everything works.
Really?
Yes. That's what took so long with the project. Right now, when we fire it up, the Tesla screen turns on. It'll tell you where you are. The navigation works. The Bluetooth works. The steering wheel controls work. The instrument cluster works. Everything works, minus that damn TPMS. The TPMS light is flashing, and we're like, that's kind of annoying. I mean, there's overrides just in case. So for a lot of the times when the Tesla system dies on a regular Tesla, a lot of the times the car dies too. On this car, they're two independent systems.
Oh.
If the Tesla car dies, if the Tesla system dies, we can still get in the car, start it, and drive it.
Okay.
So everything works independently of each other.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What else? That's it?
That's really it, man. I mean, it's other than that, you know, overall theme of the car is iced tea. So the color of the car is of iced tea.
Okay.
And iced tea actually stands for ICE, internal combustion engine.
Oh.
And T is Tesla.
Okay.
So internal combustion engine Tesla, iced tea is the car's nickname.
So this is iced tea.
It's iced tea.
Gotcha. Now, I know obviously you do Teslas
I do.
mostly.
Yep.
Are you going to do anything in the future as far as internal combustion stuff, or is this just
There's the likelihood of there being another internal combustion engine Tesla is probably about 100% at this point.
Oh, okay.
So we're already making plans what we're going to do for the next build.
Gotcha.
But it's going to be another swap of some sort. We're not going to say what it is just yet, but I think people could kind of figure it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for giving me the
Of course,
rundown of the car.
man. No,
I've been
thank you
following
for
it for a while.
Thank you.
And I'm really happy to meet you and
Thank
give me a
you very
rundown
much.
of the car.
Thank you, man.
Good luck.
Thank
and
you.
everybody stay tuned. Subscribe if they haven't already. RichRebuilds on
Thank you,
YouTube.
thank you.
And good.
Thanks,
We'll
boss.
be waiting for the next one, man. Thank you very
Every day,
much.
man. Thank
See
you,
ya.
sir.
That was fucking scary as oh my god.